greatest of the greatest. A podcast that you never knew you needed. With interviews from people you have never met, or maybe you have once or twice. Asking questions and knowing more than you want to know about them. You are listening to Full Buddy Cast.
The really expensive Apple.
The AirPod Maxes.
Oh, okay.
So
it's like a Nike Max, but it's like an AirPod Max.
AirPod Max. My God.
So here, all right, you got me going. All right, everyone, this is a special edition. You know, what was the one that I said? I mean, I have to pull this up actually. Take a sip. Got Andy Cardenas with us. I was thinking, like, back in the day, I was like, we should have a recurring show every once in a while where, what was the name I had? Oh, Eye Candy. It'd be Eye Andy. Eye Andy. Like Eye Candy, Eye Andy, with AYE, exclamation point, and then Andy. Except like Spanish I'm terrible with, so I think like you're supposed to put an exclamation point at the beginning upside down or something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't. Oh, you don't know either. Okay. But I Andy, aka Eye Candy, aka I Andy, like that.
You sound Mexican.
It's good to have you on, man. It's been a few months. Happy to have you back on. Well, we're just gonna dive right in.
Let's do it.
So we're drinking some Cole Street brews over here, and enjoying our drinks. Thank you for picking that up, Andy.
No problem.
And was there last night actually. I had a holler with Hollenbeck Chalupa. I think our whole table had one.
Yeah, they did.
Sean, Chris, and myself. Are you getting a few? Are you getting like a few people straggling in and getting the Hollenbeck Chalupa?
Yeah, mostly like people probably that listen to the podcast or know Joey.
Yeah. So for the novelty of it.
Yes.
No one's walking in there saying, "Hey, I need a double portioned chalupa.
Yeah.
What do you have for me?" And then you're like, "This is what we got right here."
You know, there's like some ladies that are like, I don't know, 55, 60. They'll come in and they want like a chalupa, and I'll say, "Do you just want like the regular, I can give you the same chalupa, but it's half the size."
Yeah.
Because even like half the size is pretty.
Yeah.
It's a lot of food for, right. I don't know, for anyone.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
So, and they're like, "Oh, I'll just take this one and I'll take the rest for leftovers," which.
So you'll say, you try to downsell them. You'll say, this Hollenbeck Chalupa is too big for you. And then they're like, "Well, we'll just take leftovers."
Yeah, we'll take it. But, and I'm saying it because the tortilla is going to probably be soggy by the next day. So I don't know.
Yeah. It's good to have it in the, I have noticed that. I like the in-person dining because it's crisp. It comes right out. It's not sitting in an Uber Eats guy's car for 5 minutes.
5 minutes. And how long? That's one of those things. Uber Eats. Well, I don't know. They're probably the worst. I mean, in Enumclaw, I don't know about other places.
Yeah.
But they'll put in an order and they probably won't be there for like an hour.
Yeah.
And
yeah, one of my buddies, Mike Martinez.
Yeah.
So he listened to something on the way home, one of our episodes, and I'll shout out Mazatlan like every episode. I'll go down to Mazatlan, go to Cole Street, go to Bordeaux Wine Bar. So ads, you got ads every single episode, but and that could be 4 times a week, just so you know. So know what you're paying the Courier Herald,
and know what I'm paying you.
And know what you're paying me.
Yeah.
But he's like, "Oh man, here in the Mazatlan," and so he got home. This was during like no in-person dining. Got to order it, so he ordered it from Uber Eats, and Uber Eats took like 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was, and so I did it the next night, and I got mine within like half hour.
DoorDash is way faster.
So DoorDash, huh? We got
DoorDash.
some DoorDash people like in town.
Yeah, in town. I mean, they're there. Like Uber. A lot of the times, we won't make. I won't make the food until I know that the driver is like on the way.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because
just have to sit there.
Sometimes you have the tablet, and it's not like you're just looking at the tablet the whole time. I mean,
right.
So like they say, searching. I'll say searching. So they're searching for a driver, and I don't know. It'll go on forever, and all of a sudden one will pop up, and it's like they're 5 minutes away.
Oh, so you guys shove that in?
Yeah, we go. But no, it's not the same. I mean, I like my food super hot,
right?
And so it's like,
yeah,
it's not the same when somebody if you go get it and then go home and eat it. I don't think it's not the same.
It's not the same. It is nice though because sometimes I don't know if you guys like this, but for me, I like throwing on a movie while I eat. And as much as I like to like sit in the restaurant, and it's also something. It's like a cool experience to have like restaurant Mexican food while you're at home eating watching a movie.
I agree. Yeah, because
it's just kind of a special little treat. You don't get that too often.
You don't get especially. I mean, I don't know. I don't watch very many movies, but I know what you mean.
Right.
It's something you can do while you're eating.
Right. Watching the game. Even.
Watching the game. Yeah.
You guys also, it seemed like you guys did not go, like you guys have quality to go boxes. I know when I ordered the Hollenbeck Chalupa, it was like in a nice thick, like a tin, like a foil, with a plastic cap on it. Wasn't flimsy. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah. No. I just ordered those, and I'm supposed to get them tomorrow. But like we're just talking about your wife about certain shortages on stuff.
Yeah,
and there was a shortage on those too.
Oh, I'm sure every restaurant had to go out and buy them all. You
had to buy them all. Yeah, exactly.
Because everyone's going to go. If it's to go Tuesdays.
To go Tuesday.
That's what you guys have, right?
Yeah.
Or takeout Tuesdays.
Takeout Tuesday.
Any special takeout, just do it?
No, just do it. Well, no, people can come in now.
Yeah.
But and now you were there yesterday. It was pretty for a Tuesday. It was pretty busy.
It was busy. You guys had a lot of people picking up and a lot of people sitting down. Been meaning to ask you also. Let you take some sips, get you nice and loosened up here. What's it take to get a picture taken and put on the old Facebook page? I feel like you guys have somebody new on that. Like Dace Wise, I mean, obviously is a relative, but you've got other people out there like.
Oh, I don't know, and it's something that I don't know. I'm not like a photo person, so I should be taking more photos than I should, but. I don't know. If somebody wants to get on a photo, just let me know. I'll take their picture.
It's so
for sure.
weird. I mean, like someone that like runs ads for you like 4 times a week. You'd think that guy would get a picture every once in a while. I don't know.
For sure. I agree.
I mean, maybe the guy needs to show up a little bit more to have some Mexican food, though, right? That guy needs to show up. But yeah, so you just walk up to them and just say, "Hey, you enjoying your food? You want a picture?" Or do they ask you? It seems like some of these people just so many random pics.
Yeah. I don't. In the beginning, we were. I had this TV up in the lobby, and so I would take people's pictures or birthdays.
Yeah.
And it would run through the TV.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So that's why. And the lady who does my advertising.
Oh, that's not you?
No, that's not me. No.
Oh, I thought that was you.
That's a lot of work. I don't know.
Taking a picture and post on the Facebook.
Paste it on Facebook.
Yeah,
it's a lot of. No, that's not. That's the easy part. But figuring out what to say.
What did you do with your kid the other day? Or no, it wasn't the other day. We haven't talked for a while on here, at least. You took your daughter. You went live. It was
we were downtown.
No, it was
it was hike. It was a hike.
Were you guys searching for something? What was the thing? Like you were playing a prank on her. I want to say you were playing a prank on her.
Was it the Elvis, or was it out in the?
It was like out in the woods. Like you guys were walking, and like maybe you were saying like, "Oh, hey,
Oh, it was the Blacker the Berry.
The sweeter the juice.
The sweeter the juice.
Maybe we did talk about this on here.
I don't remember, but I knew exactly where it came from. It was from Tupac.
Tupac, which I thought Kendrick Lamar, but you were right. I mean, there is another song by Kendrick Lamar. And I think we were commenting back and forth about that. But what was the thing you're talking about Elvis? What was going on with?
I did a Facebook Live. Oh no, because my daughter, when she was little, she would see like this Elvis. There was like a American Crew pomade.
Okay, yeah.
And I've used it before, and there's Elvis in like this, but it's kind of like, it's not like a real good picture. It's kind of like in between like I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Okay.
But so she would always say that it was me on the on the little thing.
So she saw Elvis and thought it was you.
Yeah, and she thought it was me. And so one day my wife, I had to work, and my wife and the kids went downtown, and they went into, I can't know what it's called, but it used to be the old J.C. Penney's.
Yes, yeah.
And they have this whole Elvis like wall of stuff. And she went in there and she said, "Oh," she goes, we went to a store and I seen you at the store." And I had no clue what she was talking about. And my wife ended explaining me because Elvis, then she wanted to take me there. So I kind of already knew what she was going at. But
do you want to talk about, I found this, I don't know who I found this out from. Might have been Sean, might have been Joey. Somebody said, "Hey, did you hear about Andy?" And this is after the fact. Like, this wasn't like while it was going on. It was after the fact. And I said, "No, what's up?" And, well, he had COVID. Now, is this a joke? Like, you really had COVID?
I really had COVID.
Do you know how you caught it?
Well, actually, it's kind of a long story. Well, no, it's not a long story, but
we've got all the time in the world for the most part.
So
tell us a story. I'm going to sit back and drink. You drink too. You have another sip, and let's get into this story a little bit. Take us back. We'll do the waves. So
I went to a Halloween party, and I remember clear as day because it was on a Saturday, and it was in Puyallup, and so where the party was at, my sister lives like, I don't know, 5 minutes away from there. And I don't really like wearing jackets or stuff. So I was wearing a vest. So, and I didn't know the party was going to be outside, and I was freezing. And I'm never cold, but that night it was cold.
Yeah.
So I called my sister up and I go, "Hey, can I borrow one of your husband's jackets?" And she goes, "Yeah." She goes, "Are you going to come over?" And I go, "Yeah." I go, "I need a jacket." And then, because she knew I was going to go to this party, but she had COVID. So she goes, "Yeah, I just want you to know that I have COVID." And I go, "Oh, I'll never get that." You know, I never believed in it, not one bit.
You're like 5G created it. Were you in the what is that? The down the wormhole of the conspiracy
theory.
It's just the government trying to shut things down. It's the common flu.
Yeah,
common cold.
I thought it was some lefties or trying to screw up our president.
Yeah,
Trump.
Which, yeah,
they did, but that's a different story.
This is a long story. So anyway, so you grab this jacket from her. She coughs right in your face.
Well, yeah. Well, I went to this Halloween party because I was going to see.
Yeah.
I wanted to look at some naughty pussycats.
So you tell me this wasn't a family party?
Oh, it was. Yeah, it was. I didn't see any naughty pussycats, by the way, but it was a family party.
Oh, okay.
I was kind of disappointed.
So you're freezing your ass off, hoping to see something, and
I didn't see anything,
and then you caught COVID.
And I got COVID. Might be karma. I don't know what it is, but
oh my gosh. Okay, so keep going. Okay, so you're freezing. You go over to pick it up, or did she drive it to you?
No. I went to go pick it up. Went home, or I went back to the party.
How long were you in their house? Did you stay and
5 minutes? No, I was there for 5 minutes, and then I went back to the party. Oh, and then on top of that, like how it's super contagious.
Yeah.
By the way, 19 of my family members ended up getting sick around the same time.
Were they at this party?
No. Well, my sister has like a nanny.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So my sister had it. My nanny, then her nanny got it, and that nanny lives with my mom and dad.
Yeah.
And so
they got it?
So my mom and dad got it.
How old are they?
My dad is 85.
Dude, they're like prime.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're cool?
They're good. They did better than me. I was kind of just, I don't know. I felt demoralized.
It hits the naysayers the hardest.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you don't believe in COVID? You believe him now?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how it was. Even Adrian, I'm just like, Adrian, I don't wish that he gets COVID, but
he's kind of that same way.
Well, I'm in this hospital.
Yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Spoiler alert. All right. So a lot of your family gets it. What are the 85 is like the oldest it sounds like. What's the youngest age that got it?
Oh, I think my sister's kids got it. He was like 5 or 6.
Okay. And did the 5-year-old, they said the kids just bounced back pretty hard or pretty fast.
Pretty fast, yeah.
So that's kind of was the same for
so
you.
everybody on our family, except my wife and my 2 kids didn't get.
Well, they don't see anyway, so that probably
they don't see me. They didn't get COVID.
Oh, is that a different long story?
No.
I'm just kidding. That's a joke.
No, so my brother, his wife and his kids got it, so that's like five people. And then my sister and her family got it, that's like 5 people. So, like everybody got sick around the same time with it.
Wow.
And so a couple days go by and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm starting to feel sick.
And was it like a sore throat? Was it like common? Was you fatigue? Like, what was your first few symptoms?
I didn't really feel sick. I just felt like I was, I had a fever, but that was about all.
No, it wasn't more cowbell. But so you start out with a fever kind of thing.
Yeah, I started out with a fever, and then I had one day I was like, my whole body was like
done.
I couldn't. I worked out one day, and even though I felt sick, and then the next day I couldn't move.
Oh.
And then I told even my wife was like, I go, can you get me some of those shoes that I don't have to tie out of my closet?
Yeah.
She goes, are you being serious right now? And I go, yeah, I can't bend down right now. And so she got them, and then like 4 or 5 days go by, I went down to Bonnie Lake to get tested for COVID. And
was it a free testing center, or was it like a...
No, it wasn't. It was.
Did you have to get the big swab in your nose?
Yeah. That sucks.
How many times have you had that done?
I don't remember, but
it was like more than once.
Yeah, more than once.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I did. Well, I went there and I came up negative at the Franciscan or whatever in Bonnie Lake, the urgent care place.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, maybe I'm just being a wussy, or
maybe my wife's right.
Maybe my wife is right. Maybe there's nothing wrong with me. So I'm just like, well, within those days, I wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
I was working. Oh, I was working on some other stuff.
Yeah.
Not work, but I was working on the restaurant, but not in the restaurant.
Paperwork stuff, all that stuff. Yeah.
And so I went there, and I'm just like, I had to go to Home Depot to buy some supply, or we're doing some remodel, which at the restaurant. So I was buying some stuff for the remodel, and at this whole time I had COVID.
And they told you were negative. So
I told you,
I guess I'm just sick, but not COVID sick.
Yeah. So a couple days later, I was with my dad. Well, I was in bed trying to just fight this off.
Yeah.
And my dad, he felt sick, and he goes, "Hey, I need you to help me go run or take care of some business."
Yeah.
So I drove around with him.
Sounds like a mafia thing. Did you go kill somebody?
No.
You should go take care of some business with me.
So one of those things is that his primary doctor is in Federal Way. And so he's like, I want to go get tested for COVID, because he said he felt
So he felt sick too.
Yeah, he
while
felt
you
sick
were
too.
sick.
While I was sick.
Okay.
And then I go, well, that works out, because then I can get another COVID test at the same time. So we went there to get the test. And for some reason, for like 5 or 6 days, I couldn't eat anything. It just nothing.
Did you lose the taste?
No.
Okay.
No, I just didn't feel like eating.
Nothing sounded good.
No, nothing sounded good.
Did you lose some weight?
Yeah, I did.
That's good.
But So my wife was there, and she like for the longest time she goes, "You have to go to the hospital. You have to go to the hospital." I go, "I'm not going to the hospital. You know, I'm just
sick.
I'm just sick." I go, I tell her every time I don't go to the doctors or the office. I never get sick,
Right.
so I never go. And like the 1 or 2 times that I do go, it was like, "Oh, no, there's nothing wrong with you. You're fine." I'm just like,
okay.
Well, one time I was like, I went down to Enumclaw and I couldn't like swallow.
Like it was just so swollen.
I don't know, and it was like I felt like I was choking on my
I
own
had
spit.
that. Was it like 5 or 6 years ago?
Yeah.
I think I had the same thing. Then.
Yeah, and I felt like I was
couldn't anything.
I was just like, you know, and it felt bad.
Yeah,
you know, I go there and they're like, "Are you ready to have surgery right now?" They asked me that, and I go, "Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, I have no other choice."
Right.
And then, like an hour, there's nothing wrong with you. You're fine. I'm just like, okay, well,
yeah, I guess I'm fine.
So
go home.
Go home
and die.
And die. I swear. That's how. I don't know. I didn't feel good. That's for sure. And so I always had that thing. It was like, there's nothing wrong with me. And I'm like, so I get there. I ended up going to the hospital because I hadn't been able to eat anything So I'm there. I got tested in Bonnie Lake. Then I got tested in Federal Way. And then that same day I was in Federal Way with my dad. That's the day I ended up in the hospital. And they tested me there again for COVID. And like they had some super test that could tell you like in 30 minutes if you have COVID. So they put and the thing is that they put that thing in your nose and they have to turn it for like 10 seconds in each nostril. Oh. And then they tell you, "Oh, you do have COVID." And then so I'm sitting there and the doctor comes and talks to me a little bit and he goes, "You know, because with the COVID I ended up getting pneumonia with it."
Yeah.
So that was my complication. And he said, "Your oxygen levels are a little on the lower side."
Yeah.
And I go, "Well, I feel fine. I'll just go home and sleep it off." And then, he goes, "Okay, that sounds good, but just wait here for a little bit longer to see how you do."
Yeah. Just chill for a
Just
moment.
chill. Yeah. And so my level kept on going down.
Oh.
And so he said, he goes, "Let's just keep you overnight and see what happens." And then in the morning, I was doing worse.
Oh, wow.
And then they go, "Well, they said, we don't have the machines here. You have to go to Tacoma, to St. Joe's in Tacoma." So they sent me on a ambulance to...
Lights, sirens going?
Going. Well, and the only reason is because the ambulance was running out of oxygen. So they were like, that's why the lights were on and everything.
So at that point, they're like, we got to get this guy going.
Yeah, we got to go with this. No, well, they were driving fine. We get to Auburn, going through, and the guy goes, this oxygen levels we're running out. And so they turn on the lights, and we got to Tacoma like in 30 minutes.
Now,
from Enumclaw.
Do you remember that entire drive? Or did you fall asleep during it?
No.
Were you in and out?
No.
I
remember.
And were you thinking to yourself, "Man, I wish I had a light and sirens. I could get around everywhere I want, like real fast."
No. Well, I was kind of. Well, one thing is, I wish I was able to stay in Enumclaw just because if I needed something, my wife or they could drop something off at the hospital.
Yeah.
And like a tablet or something, so I can watch a movie or something.
Right.
So they send me over there, and then this was like on the 9th, I believe, of November, 8th or 9th. And my son's birthday is on the 11th of November. It's on Veterans Day.
Okay.
And I thought, I'll be out by...
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be out by then. I feel good. I feel healthy. I this whole time I never felt sick, like I was dying or anything.
But you were sore. Body was slower.
Body was slower. Yeah.
Was it hard to breathe? Like was it hurt? Did it hurt to breathe? Because your oxygen level was going lower. You said so. Was it creating? Were you trying more energy to breathe? I mean, what was going on there?
Not then, because they had me on oxygen.
Okay, yeah.
So I was doing fine when I was in the hospital. So I get there and they put this oxygen on your nose, or I can't remember the hose that goes into your nose, and I was like, I kept on taking it off because I wasn't used to it in the beginning, and that thing is blowing cold air in your nose, and it's like it's like burning inside of your nose.
Yeah,
and it was kind of hurt, and so I would take it off and kind of like while the nurses would leave, I would take it off and kind of take a breather, and then I would put it back on, and then then a couple times. I don't know. I did it a couple times. And they go, you can't take it off. They came in and they go, you can't take it off. You have to keep it on. But because I didn't know they had a camera and they were watching me until like a week later that I was still in there.
Hopefully you weren't doing other things.
No, I did. It was all good. I'm good. And so, then they go. So then they ended up putting this. I don't know the exact terms, but this thing that looks like a helmet, like. And this thing is like blowing air
into your face,
wow. On your head, everywhere, and that was worse than the nose because my eyes got dried out. Were you coughing a lot, or were you? No, my mouth was super dry. I was like, I don't know how somebody could wear this thing for more than I couldn't have it. I didn't have it on for more than 5 minutes, and I go, I'll just do the other one, and I won't take it off. And so they left me the other one. Oh, and then they told me that they were going to do one of those. I can't remember. They put you in a coma.
They shove something down your throat
to make you breathe? Yeah, to make you breathe. I can't remember.
Wow.
But so they were saying they were going to do that to me, and so they ended up never doing that to me. But no, then I ended up being there for 13 days.
Holy cow.
I know. I was kind of pissed, but
how was that bill?
I don't know. I don't know yet. No, I got some, what do you call it? my deductible.
Medicare?
My Medicare.
Anybody else in your family have to get hospitalized at all?
My mom and my dad did. Or my brother, too. I think he was in there for like a week, I think.
Dang, dude. It hit you guys hard.
And then my dad was in there for like 4 days, and my mom was in there for like a week.
Dude, that's incredible.
I know.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So, did you have like after effects? Like now, like if you jog or anything?
No, I started working out again. I feel good. Well, while I was when I got out of the hospital, that's when I felt like, because I didn't know I was going to have to keep on wearing that oxygen machine. So after I got home, they like sent this guy a company to send me this oxygen machine that is plugged in, and you have it. I had it on my nose, and it was so when I would take it off, I would want to walk around and get something in my house or something, like I would be out of breath, and then I would notice that, and then like you were saying, I would take these deep breaths, to catch my breath, and it would hurt my chest. Or
was it a sting?
It was like a sting.
Yeah. Wow.
But,
so at this point now, so you're a believer in COVID now. A little bit. Was there a point where you thought, I'm not going to get any better? Like I'm done. Like I'm.
Oh yeah. You feel like that sometimes.
You think you're going to die like in the next day or two?
Well, I don't know. I just feel like, I was there. Well, I was already there for like 2 or 3 days, and it was already my son's birthday, and I was like kind of pissed off that we couldn't do anything for him.
Yeah.
And then so the doctor comes in, he goes, "You're doing a lot better. You're doing really good."
So you're thinking, "Oh, I'm out."
Oh, I'm out. Yeah, that's what I thought in my head. And I can't. No, I think I was already in there for like 6 days or something. I can't remember, but exactly how many days. But I was just like, I'm cool. I'm getting better. I'm going to get out of here. And I go, so doctor, how long do you think I'm going to be in here for? I go, when? Or no, I said, when can I go home? And he goes, oh no. He goes, you're going to be here for at least another week. And I'm like, I couldn't believe him. I didn't believe him. And I was like, I was pissed.
Wow. So what'd you end up doing while you're just laying
Nothing,
there?
just laying there.
Watching TV?
Yeah, well, there's only so much TV you can watch.
C-SPAN?
Oh, God.
It was around the middle of Thanksgiving or November.
November.
So did you get out like a day before Thanksgiving?
I got out I believe it was like the 22nd, I believe.
Yeah, okay. And then when were you back to like full Andy, where you were at work and you were?
I think I got better like around the 16th of December.
So like almost another like 3 weeks of just being at home.
Being at home, yeah.
Wow. Who ran the spot while you were there?
Oh, it was well, it was good because it was only to go only.
Oh, that's right.
So it wasn't that bad.
Was it who was running it?
I have some guys. Those two guys that are there. They've been there for a long time.
Every time I walk in,
yeah, they're there. Yeah, and so I was still doing I'd still do my paperwork.
Yeah, from home,
and then,
well, crazy. So, at any point were you like, wow, man, like God, I know the other day when I was on Travis's podcast, like I said, I didn't, not really into it, but I might die soon. I need to pray here at some point. Did you ever have your last rites or anything?
No. So I was there, and Adrian, my cousin Adrian, he sent me a text message, and he goes, "Hey, I heard you have COVID and you're in the hospital." And I go, "Yeah." And I said, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, I was just at a car show with like 3,000 people." He goes, "I don't believe in this shit." And I go, "Neither did I, but now that I've been here for like 10 days, I believe now." So he goes, "I'm still not buying it."
Wow.
So I'm just like, that's cool. But I mean, if I never got it, I probably still wouldn't believe in it.
The same thing?
Yeah, I would have said the same thing.
You guys cut from the same cloth when it comes to believing things.
Yeah. So no, they would say, you know what, you have to like lay down face down.
Yeah.
In order for your lungs to get better. And
really?
So, yeah, they told me that, and I think I laid on my stomach for like, I don't know, for like 2 or 3 days. And after that, I mean, my back hurt so bad, and I still wasn't able to go home. I'm just like, fuck that.
Yeah, I was going to lay on my front now.
Yeah.
Lay upside down, whatever you need.
Whatever you need. I just want to get out. And then sometimes, you're there you're laying down for like
Dude,
a
you
week.
were there in the hospital during like all of the election crap. Like,
I watch that shit that's, I never watch TV because I don't have patience to sit down and watch TV. But I remember I'd watch the news in the morning, for lunch, and for at night.
So you were 85 then as well.
Yeah. But man, it was the same things I don't know, for like 2 or 3 days. I felt like the news was the same. It was the same.
It was during all the election results, man. So, it was right after the election, I think, right? And then I think the 6th was the election, and then that's when about 3 days later you were in there.
Yeah.
Oh man. Wow. So you feel good.
I feel good.
Feel great.
Yeah.
Good. And then does your wife believe you now? Does your wife know that you have COVID?
Or I don't know. I think I don't know. I'm not talking about all females, but I feel like all females believe in COVID.
Yeah.
I think it's mostly the guys that don't.
Yeah. Man. Now, a lot of the girls out there, though, think like the man flu. Have you heard of the man flu? Where men, if a girl gets it, it's like, she still powers through. She still takes care of the kid. Men, it just knocks them on their butt. No. They can't do anything for like 2 or 3 days. It's the man flu. Oh, it's so much worse. Is that what? Is that? Was she thinking that you're like, okay, this is what usually happens? Andy gets really sick, and then he just lays in bed for 3 days, and he can't get his shoes.
Yeah, that's what she thinks. And I go, I never get sick though. I go, this is never. And I go, if I do get sick, you feel kind of bad in the morning, and then you kind of get up and you start doing stuff, and then it kind of by a couple hours later, you're just doing stuff that you had to do anyways.
Yeah.
But facts are that when I was in the hospital, they say that men get COVID a lot worse than women do.
Yeah. I like that stat because it makes us sound like, hey, if you would have got it like us, because women hold pregnancy over our heads like it was like going to war. Like, you were there for I was there for 20 hours. I had to make this baby. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm sure that did take a friggin'. It did hurt, and I get that, and it was hard on you. But they make you feel like, man, like you're the biggest piece of crap in the world. And now, but yeah, that's good. I like those stats. Yeah, hey, women out there, we get COVID way worse, okay?
Way worse.
So, like, friggin' back off. Like, it might as well be pregnancy.
Then another thing is that I used to smoke. This was like 15 years ago.
That's why Adrian doesn't get it. He doesn't keep anything in his lungs long enough.
That's a true story. That's a fact.
He's got his COVID can't find a place to latch on any lungs because his lungs are coated in just
THC.
Just coated. Just the COVID just slides right in like an ice rink and then slides right back out.
Yeah.
But yeah, you used to smoke?
I used to smoke, and they asked me, did you used to smoke? And I go, yeah. And he goes, well, I go, yeah, but that was like 15 years ago. And they say, oh, well, we've noticed that people that used to smoke get it worse than people who didn't. But I'm just like, oh my God, I feel bad for the people that smoke. Still.
Yeah. Dude. Talk about, it's crazy. You were like the perfect storm. Like it was like everything that could have had to happen to you, it happened to you. That's crazy.
Crazy. There's this comedian, and right now I don't even remember his name, but while I was in the hospital, he was from L.A. He was like a Mexican comedian, and he was 38. I'm 42, and he ended up passing away while I was in the hospital.
No, wait.
Yeah.
Because of COVID.
Yeah, because he was like documenting his COVID journey.
Oh, wow.
But he ended up passing out. And I'm just like, oh my God. I go, that's a possibility for me that I do.
Well, the funny thing is that, and it's not funny, but like the weird thing is you would read some of these articles, and I don't know if the news articles were there to kind of scare you a little bit. Not scare you to be like, ooh, be afraid of it, but like take it seriously kind of a thing. When you read like, 38-year-old got it and died, 36-year-old got it and died, no underlying conditions. You didn't have any underlying conditions. Did you get the pneumonia after or before? Like,
I think it was after. Well, I think it was after I got the COVID.
Yeah, because I didn't know if you leading up to it got sick. Like maybe your body, because you were cold. Remember, you were freezing that October night. Maybe you were catching something then, and then you caught this at the same time when your body's just fighting two things at once. I mean, you weren't out there freezing your butt off for how long?
It wasn't that long.
Oh, okay.
It was like an hour maybe at the most.
Okay. Well,
but
and then, but it also seems like maybe something in maybe even genetically, not saying your genetics are bad, but it seemed like maybe your brother got it, your mom got it, what do you say, 19 people from your family?
Yeah.
Maybe it was just a little more of a immune system thing too. Who knows?
Who knows?
That's crazy.
I don't know. Well, I talked to my doctor, and she says, oh, maybe it's this certain strain that really got you, but they talk about all these different strains.
Types of strains. Yeah. Business survived.
Yeah.
Was it close to being like pretty rough for you guys when they shut down or not the shutdown, but they did the other like, okay, right before Thanksgiving, like middle of November, we're gonna just do no in person eating, and did that hurt you guys, or was it?
No, I don't know. I think it's all right. Sales were not the greatest, but then again, I didn't have very many employees on.
Everyone quit when they found out you had COVID. They're like,
we're out.
I don't want to catch that.
I don't want to. No, I don't know. Well, even I asked my doctor, and a lot of people think that that you're immune to it after you get it. And she says, no, it's not true, that you can still get it.
So you get it again?
You can get it again.
Wow. You can't build up like a resistance to it, huh?
I don't know. Like even talking about getting vaccinated, I asked her about what her thoughts were, and she said that, she's a doctor, and she's like high risk because she probably sees
all the time
people with COVID all the time.
Right.
She goes, I want to wait until the summer or later on because I'd rather have other people that need it more than I. Right. Yeah, other people get it before. Right. So, like me, I'm just like, I'll probably just wait then too. But
yeah, I think that's a good call. I do the same thing.
I want to wait it out a little bit, see how some of these other people do.
Yeah, one day you're reading stuff and you're like, oh, people that have already had it don't need a vaccine. And then next thing you read, like what you just said, is like, no, once you get it, you can still get it again. Then you read other things where it says, well, if you've already got it and you get the vaccine, it hits you worse. I read that article.
Oh, really?
It hits you even worse. And then the other article was like, nope, you're fine. It's like, I don't know what to go on anymore. Like, I'm not saying that doctors know everything. They should.
I don't think so.
They should know as much as they possibly can. But there's times where even in your own profession, even my own profession, someone asks you a question and sometimes you kind of half-ass it. Like, you don't know. You have a good guess. You're like, yeah, this is probably the best thing. Makes sense to me. So, but you don't know for certain. So it's like, man, what do you go off of? What do you read? CDC was changing their guidelines like every other weekend. It was like something new. No masks, and now double masks, and it's just that's the hard thing, is that you want to be responsible, you want to be logical, but at the same time you're like, well, I could find 12 articles that say I should not do anything or wear a full bodysuit. Like, it, I don't know. It's just so hard because of the unknown.
Yeah, like I did vape for a little bit when that was
when it was cool.
No, it wasn't cool. It wasn't. I never thought it was cool. I just like nicotine. I mean,
yeah.
I chewed for a little while.
Did you chew and vape at the same time?
No.
Just really get that nicotine.
No,
rush?
I like chewing the best, probably, because you don't smell like smoke.
But your wife hates it.
Well,
Does
she don't know. She wouldn't know about it.
That's why it was like dip in the shower.
No. Actually, we usually go on vacation, or if we go to Mexico, there's a certain chew that I like, and I'll buy a couple cans and I'll take it to Mexico, and she knows. But that way, I know that when I'm in Mexico, I have to quit because I can't buy it down there.
Oh,
so it's
can't smuggle up to the old butt.
Yeah, no. So like I don't know how my doctor ended up finding out that I vaped, and she goes, "You vape?" And I go, "Who told you that?" And I go,
"Because you were vaping on that camera."
No, I don't.
you popped out the old nose oxygen thing, and then you threw your vape in.
No.
How do you know? Cameras.
Oh, the whole time. Actually, there was this thing that they would, like, some medicine. It was kind of like a vape thing.
Oh yeah.
And it was, you suck it in, and it felt good. It felt like nicotine.
I'll take some more of that.
That was like the best part of my day, I think. When I was in the hospital.
But she found out that somehow she saw some Facebook photos of you vaping or something like
I
that.
don't know. And she's telling me, and I go, "Is it bad for you?" I go, "It's supposed to be safer." She goes, and she had a point, because she goes, it's so new that people don't know if
it's good or bad.
If it's good or bad for
right.
you. So, I mean, that's kind of like...
It's like cell phones. It's like cell phones next to your nuts. Like, you don't know.
You don't know.
Next to your brain, you don't know. You get brain tumors in 20 years.
20 years, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You don't know until...
So you're one of the first ones. You're freaking talking out of it.
No, I didn't know. I haven't done nicotine for a year, over a year at least. But my brother ended up, he chewed for, I don't know, since he was like 15.
So
he quit.
So was there a point where all the Mazatlans are being ran by just like nobody?
No. But I don't know. There's people that are capable, I guess.
Yeah, sure. I guess what I meant was the managers. Like all the managers were
out
in a hospital somewhere. Well, good. You're back. You're fully loaded, ready to go. What's your plans for 2021? Have you got ideas now? Like, what are you thinking once? Because it's probably going to start lifting a little bit more. The pandemic, like the phase 1, phase 2, all these different phases. For Mazatlan, or maybe even yourself, you reevaluate life. You're laying in bed for 13 days, staring at the wall on the TV. And you start going, you know what? I want to do this now. I want to do that now. Were you ever? So that was a 2-part question. Personally, did you have anything like, well, I want to start doing this. I got to do that. Once I get out of this hospital bed, I'm doing this. And then also looking at your business, is there anything that you're looking forward to in the spring and summer?
Well, it's a good question. There's some, like, a lot of people ask me, like, even in 2009 or 2010 when we closed Andre's down, they would ask me, when are you going to open up a different restaurant, a new restaurant, and you probably know that the Mazatlan is completely different than it used to be.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a new restaurant.
Yeah.
You know, so that's there's other ideas that I wanted. I need to try to do new things in the same. I mean, in the location, I guess.
And what's
to try it out.
It's like what? Like karaoke night? Like what?
No.
What are you thinking here?
I don't know. We'll see.
Are you not wanting to show your hand right now? Like you have some ideas, but you want to let everyone know about them?
No, because I want to. I mean, maybe when I do it, we can talk about it. Just because I don't want to. If I don't do it, then I'm just like, well.
Oh, so you don't want to put pen to pad right now and say, okay, this is what we're doing. Write it down, hard ink, and then you don't do it. You're like,
and then I don't do it. But I mean, like one of the things is like right now I don't open for lunches, and it was one of those things I wanted to close down for a long time, and it finally ends up working out better. I mean,
yeah,
it's the American dream: work less, make more money,
or make the same,
Yeah, exactly, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, I like that idea. I think the thing with where you're located at, it's going to change because you've got a lot more development on this side of town towards you now.
Correct.
You've got even another friggin' road going in there right now. So I think you're going to see a lot more foot traffic, even people driving there. The other thing is that with your outside that you're looking to kind of create a little bit more of an outside dining experience, that's going to change some things.
Yeah, it's going to change some things.
And then putting me on the DJ booth for every Thursday DJ booth. I'm just mixing the bangers left and right.
Yeah, left and right. I'm all up for that.
And then personally, like, is there something like you were laying in that bed, you're going, I want to spend more time with my kids. I'm going to coach a baseball team. I'm going to was there something that kind of hit for you personally that?
Yeah, because right now, before I had kids and I got married, you have so much, all the time that you have is for yourself.
Right.
And I used to, you think about it and I'm laying in bed by myself.
Right.
And I'm thinking, well, this is not something that I created for myself. It just happened to me.
Sure.
So it's like I'm in the hospital and I go, maybe if I would have ate a little differently or healthier, I wouldn't be in this situation. Like some people, if they eat really, you could have cholesterol.
Highly cholesterol. Yeah.
Diabetes. I have diabetes.
You have diabetes? How long have you had that?
I don't know, probably like 10 years.
Where'd it come from?
My dad's side of the family.
Gotcha.
He has diabetes.
Pancho got it too? Brother?
He doesn't have it, no.
No, just you?
Just me.
So you're eating better than it sounds like? Or
well,
what?
no, I
started,
yeah, but it's...
Fell off the wagon a little bit?
I don't know. It's just, I feel like I don't know, it's so hard. I don't know. My wife makes some food and she's like, are you going to eat some of it? And I go, I'm just like, no. I feel bad because she spent
all day
or this time
yeah.
making food, and for me not to try it, I feel kind of...
So what is she making you? Like friggin'
I think she's trying to kill me.
All over.
She's trying to kill me.
Slowly trying to kill you?
Yeah, she's joking around. One day I would sleep with the oxygen on, and so I was like waking up, and she went to go. I was barely waking up, and she went to go see, because she was sleeping in a different room because
quarantining.
Yeah. And she's like, your thing fell off, your oxygen thing fell off. And I go, no, you didn't. You pulled it off.
Pulled it out.
I said, you pulled it off me. You're trying to kill me.
Yeah, she's like, I was trying to put it back in with a pillow. Just right over your face. It's really good.
Yeah. She's trying to kill me.
Oh, it's time to lower your life insurance.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, then I guess that my life insurance is now down to $25,000. So if I die, that's all you're gonna get.
Yeah.
So eating different,
Eating better, eating different.
But working out? Do you work out at home?
I work out a lot. Yeah, I work out. I've always worked out a lot.
At home though, or like where do you go?
I do at home, and then I go up Mount Peak for my cardio.
Oh, okay. Is that like a lunch thing, or is that like a?
No,
like...
that was before I would go to work.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, what's your shift usually? Like, is it like a 2 to 10, or what's it?
2 to 10.
Yeah.
But I feel like what I've noticed is that whenever people isn't in there at the restaurant, even if it's employees or if I'm in there by myself, I get so much done. Yeah.
Well, that's and then no one's bugging you.
No one's bugging you.
No one's talking to you. No one's like,
talking to
hey,
you.
can I get Tuesday off next week? And then, hey, they got this going on, and I noticed that. And then you've got to greet people coming in.
Yeah, even like, what's her name? She comes on your podcast.
Corinne.
Sarah Johnson.
Yeah.
The other day she comes in, and I hadn't seen her in a long time, and I can't believe, I was sat and talked with her for, I thought it felt like 15 minutes, but it ended up being like an hour, I think.
Yeah.
By the time it was like closing time, and I was gonna do like
5 different things.
My paperwork, do some, and I'm just like, oh. And then like the day before, something else had something, and so now it's like I think it's been like a week that I've had to do stuff that I haven't done.
Yeah.
But,
well, they want to do so. Her and my brother, they want to do a goal buddy cast, where it's a goal oriented. Like, I don't know how long we're going to release it. We're actually going to record our first one Friday. They just hit me up with it, where they just want to have people that have goals that like want to do it. So maybe we'll do a goal thing, and maybe you could be a part of that. I don't know if you're interested in that or not, but I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up. Since it seems like you're pretty good friends with Sarah. I was thinking once we can start packing the house over at Mazatlan, every once in a while, I would like to just have like a full buddy night, like not all the time, but like every once in a while, where it's like, hey, we're all going to Mazatlan. It's a Wednesday. We won't crush you on a Friday or a Saturday. Sure. It's already busy, but like a Wednesday, we're all the cast members will go down there. If you want to come hang out with us, we're going to laugh it up. We won't even record. Just come have a beer. Come have a Hollaback Chalupa. Come have whatever you want with us, and we're going to be down there at the bar area.
For sure.
So if you're open to that,
I'm open to that.
Yeah.
Right now,
can't do it.
No. Oh. Well, yeah, because of rules or regulations. But I'm about to. Well, I wouldn't say about to, because I've been wanting to for like the past 2 years, is to close down the bar for like a week because of everything. It's going to be new flooring and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's there are contractors out there. I mean, they're so busy. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. You would think that they would slow down sometime, but I don't know.
But you're wanting to do a little something over there, like not a grand reopening, but like a kind of like a once you kind of, because I noticed that last time I was there, maybe 2 times ago I was there, you had some booths pulled out. You were kind of like fixing some seatings and doing all that. So are you going to kind of do once you kind of get everything to where you want it, like a grand reopening? Are you going to do anything like that?
I think during the summer, do something cool outside. I used to work with some people. There's the 2 guys that would play live music. Yeah. They do a good job.
Yeah, then maybe Adrian could drive up some lowriders.
Some lowriders on switches.
Yeah, we hit the switches right there. Is that parking lot that's dirt on the other side? Is that your property or not? Or is it just kind of vacant? Are you looking to ever expand your parking lot, or?
I don't know. Because before we own the property downtown also on the corner.
Yeah, where the building.
Yeah, that was ours.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do with that? Like, what do you guys?
Well, we want to build a restaurant there, but I don't know. It's just been with the times how they've been.
Yeah.
It's been kind of crazy, and when the economy went down, now this, and I don't know. We'll see, but I want to go down to I want to go to downtown because that's where it's at.
Yeah, get downtown a little bit more. I mean, I like your spot, but hey, we had a Ranchito 1 and a Ranchito 2. We could have Edom Claude Mazatlan 1 and Edom Claude Mazatlan 2 as well.
Yeah.
Or maybe bring back Andres.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. That's you learn from
stuff.
your mistakes. Yeah, for sure.
Travis and Andres, and we call it TNA.
TNA. That's a moneymaker.
And people show up and they're
a gold mine.
And they're very disappointed. Hey, everyone, thanks so much for listening. It was great to catch up with Andy. We're going to record one more after this. But just wanted to say thank you. Shout out to, any shout outs for you? I'll give some shout outs. You think of your shout outs, who you want to kind of throw a shout out to. But I want to shout out how Sean does go. He reps the Hollenbeck Chalupa. Shout out Holly Graff as well.
Holly Graff.
I think that, who did she go down there with? I think Desi B.
Desi.
Yeah, Desi the other day. And they were trying to get me to go out. I was already recording, so I couldn't make it. But anyway, just everyone that goes out there and just even if they tag themselves, get the Hollenbeck Chalupa or get the Kenny Asada. Kenny Asada.
Yeah, the best-selling dish.
The best-selling dish. Order it that way. Just say, hey, I'd like to get the Kenny Asada. But mention the podcast, mention listening, and obviously Andy's going to hook you up with the VIP treatment. But anyway, just appreciate you guys supporting there. Hashtag it up, post on Facebook, even ask for a picture. That's what and then Andy will have his social media rep put that on there at some point in time. So, any shout outs for you?
I don't know. We'll just probably wait for the next one.
Wait for the next one. Give him some time. It was a hot coal. I tossed it in his lap. He's
and I dropped it.
And at no point did he say, "Hey, my wife for taking care of the kids while I was in COVID," or shout out to that. Did you want to do that real quick?
Yeah. My wife. Yeah.
Good. All right. Nice detailed shout out there.
No, she's good. She's good.
All right. Cool.
She took care.
Sometimes
we have to give them more or I don't know what you call it. Props.
Yeah.
For some
times
you don't. Yeah. Some things you don't see.
Accolades. Hey.
Yeah. Because I'm not home all the time, but when you are,
Yeah. You should actually bring her go to Goodwill, go find an old trophy. Just bring it. Just say,
"Oh my God!"
Just say thank you.
Thank you.
You earned this.
You earned this. Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thanks so much for listening. Hey, hit up Mazatlan, please. Mention Full Body Cast. Maybe even mention I&D. and give us some shouts. Thanks so much. Take care, everyone.
A podcast that you never knew you needed. With interviews from people you have never met, or maybe you have once or twice. Asking questions and knowing more than you want to know about them. You are listening to Full Buddy Cast.